By show of hands, how many people in this room have ever felt empowered? Okay, now think about what happened that got you to that point. Before you felt empowered, you had something on the inside of you that wanted to do more. But then you also had a support system to help you do more. When we talk about future leaders working, we're talking about young individuals that, as Tiffany indicated, don't want to hand out, they want to hand up. But you have to have something on the inside of you that actually is pushing you and driving you to do better. I tell people all the time, I say leadership begins on the inside, but it doesn't stay there. And believe it or not, there are so many people that are looking up to you. I'm not talking about someone sitting next to you, I mean you. And you'll be surprised as to how many young people actually have modeled some of the stuff that they do after you. They are encouraged by your tenacity, by your willingness to keep going. They even look at you when you help other people. They model themselves after you. If you don't believe that people are watching you, do something bad. Do something wrong.
True.
And before you get to wherever it is you're going, you're on Fox 10. Your picture is somewhere. I tell this story all the time, and ever since it happened, it's become a staple of most of my presentations. I was doing an event back in 2017. I was at the Marriott, which is less than a mile from my house, and I forgot something. I had to go home and get it, and my 10-year-old son, he was 10 at the time, he's 16 now. My 10-year-old son said, "Hey, Dad, can I ride with you?" I said, "Yeah, sure, son, come on." So he hops in the car, and I'm thinking to myself, I only have one chance, I only have one time to get home and come back because I can't go back again. And then this short drive to our house, less than a mile from the hotel, my 10-year-old son looks at me. He says, "Dad, I'm proud of you." Now, when he said that, I stopped, not driving. But on the inside, I stopped because I realized he was watching me.
Yeah.
Now, I could, we can tell our children, you can be what you want to be, you can go where you want to go, you can do what you want to do, but what do they see when they look at us?
It's good.
Are we empowering them with an example?
It's good.
Are we showing them the way? See, most of the time they are living in their phones. They are looking at social media and they are seeing the glitz and glams of something that may or may not even be real. But see, my son, he saw me putting together banners and setting up speakers and putting together programs and getting bags together. He saw me when it wasn't pretty, when it wasn't nice. And of course, people show up and they see all the nice stuff and they think, "Oh, this just happened." No, he didn't. A lot of work went into it, but he had a chance to see the work. And what I've done is I have empowered him to go after his dreams. Who are you empowering today? Future Leaders Working's, our mission is right here. It's to mentor low to moderate income young parents to overcome unemployment, poverty, and the outcomes thereof. And not people that are just looking for what can you give me. How can you empower me to get what it is I want? It's what I like to tell people all the time is that somebody is looking at you. Even if you're encouraging, even if you're going after, even if you're trying to achieve your goals, you're encouraging someone else. I was talking to someone just the other day and I said, you never run a race faster than when you're running against somebody else. Because just doing it by yourself, you're at your own comfortable pace. But when there's a competition, you really find out what you're made of. And the friends and the people you hang around, they stretch you. That's why you have to be careful who you call your friend. You have to be careful who you hang out with. You have to be careful who you spend time with because they can affect you in a negative or a positive way. So Future Leaders Working, we are trying to make sure that we get a culture of individuals that want better for themselves And then wherever they are from, whatever access they have to the community in which they live, they can become that example. They can actually be that light that's needed for somebody else to say, you know what? I want to do better. I don't just want to stay where I am. I don't just want to be a third or fourth generation of where I was. I want to do better. But it's possible when you see somebody else do it. Think about the man that ran the 4-minute mile. They said it wasn't possible. The human body could not withstand running that fast for that long until it was done. Once it was done, about 2 months later, somebody else did it. About 2 weeks after that, somebody else did it because they knew it was possible. What Future Leaders Working is doing, we are putting individuals in the community to show what's possible. And we are empowering them so that they can, in turn, empower somebody else. We want to thank everybody for all of the countless hours that you poured into this organization, for the things that you've done, and for the opportunities that you're giving to the young people who want a better life. They want a better life not only for themselves, but for their children, for their community. We want to thank you for your heartfelt dedication to making our community better. Yeah. Because we all live here.
Yes.
We all have a stake in the success, not only today, but tomorrow. There's somebody that's waiting to get where you are. That doesn't mean that you have to cut them off. If anything, you need to help them along. If you realize that you're not always going to be where you are, you need to prepare the next generation. And this is a shameless plug, but my book, Leadership That Lasts, Passing on 10 Solid Principles to Ensure and Enduring Legacy, talks about just that. Because we're not always going to be where we are.
Right.
We have to set up the next generation. I'm going to close with this. Lee Iacocca's management style was coined as the genius and the 1,000 monkeys. When they called him to Daimler Chrysler, he came into the company, he had all the answers. But after the company got going and was on a good solid foundation and track, he left. And the company started going down again. Because he didn't groom anybody. He didn't prepare anybody. He didn't teach them the principles of leadership. So when he left, they didn't know what to do. They had to call him back. He had to come back in order to get the company back up and running. We shouldn't be like that. We should be willing to pass on principles to the next generation. Because not only are we helping them and preparing them for where we are, but we're teaching them the importance of, you have to sow some seeds. Mm-hmm. There are times when you plant seeds for trees that you won't even see. Yeah. You won't sit up under the shade, but it's not for you, it's for the next generation.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's what future leaders working is about. We're about setting up the next generation. We're about preparing those who are going to come after us. Yeah. And with that being said, I just want to make sure that we leave this room knowing that we're making a difference. We're making a difference in the lives of those who are coming behind us. But my thing to you is this. Whatever you do, don't stop. Don't stop. Because they're watching. If we quit, oh, it's okay. It's okay to quit. It's okay to stop. No, I'm not quitting. I'll stop when I'm done, but I'm not quitting. So with that being said, we want to thank y'all for coming, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Tiffany?